Good afternoon. Hello, benvenuti, buon pomeriggio. A very warm welcome on behalf of the entire ESCP community to this official opening of the new academic year for the Turin Campus. I'm very pleased to be here, and I want to thank and to welcome our guests here that are in presence with me, but also a very warm welcome to all the hundreds of students and people, faculty, members, staffs, everybody that is connected remotely, thanks to technology, from all over the world. This is a characteristic of ESCP. Some of you are here in Turin, others are connected from different countries all over the world. This is our truly DNA, international DNA of our school. Although we cannot see each other directly, maybe you can see me, but I cannot see all your faces, but all of you are part of this ceremony, and although with physical distancing, we are all connected and we are all part of this family. You are part of this ceremony of the school that, for obvious reason, well-known reason, unfortunately this year cannot take place in the standard usual format in presence. Let me thank our president, Professor Francesco Profumo, who, as usual, in all the important moments of our school, is always with us. And thank you and welcome to all the patrons of our academic programs, our guests that represent our managers from top and leading companies that are here to send their message to our students, and that represents another key and important element of our school: the collaboration and the connection between the school and the companies, school and businesses, theory and practice. That is one of our truly DNA of ESCP. The opening ceremony of an academic year is usually an ordinary event that happens every year in the life of any business school or university. So it looks like an ordinary event, but this year is not an ordinary event. It is a unique moment. It's something that has never happened before. We are living an unprecedented condition in a really new environment. We are all facing everyday new situations. We have reopened our campuses in a different format, and here in Turin, we are able to welcome the students in presence. This was not an easy choice. This was difficult, has required a lot of works, but thanks to the work of the entire ESCP family at different level, we were able to welcome in person in a new format with new pedagogy, with a redesigned model, our students in the campus. Some of the programs has already started a few weeks ago. The Bachelor started first. Some programs will start in the following days, but all the students that want or may come will be able to join the program in Turin. This is thanks to the hard work of the entire ESCP family, work and team. And thank also from the decision that our school has taken. And so to open this ceremony, let's see a contribution, and that open officially this ceremony, from our Executive Vice President, Professor Leon Laulusa, that sent us a recorded message to welcome and to open this ceremony.
Benvenuti, dear President Profumo, dear sponsor, dear Francesco, dear colleagues, dear students. First of all, please excuse my attractive French accent. On behalf of the entire ESCP community, it is a great pleasure to welcome you to the opening of our Turin campus. Whether you are a new student or returning to ESCP, we are ready to offer you an exceptional academic, professional, and personal experience. We believe that in life as in business, everything starts with choices. And you have made the perfect choice by coming to ESCP. First, because we are the world's first business school founded 200 years ago. And now, you are a part of this long history. You will write your own chapter. Second, because at ESCP, we always look towards the future. By giving meaning to business, you will be able to impact society in a positive manner. As such, we are preparing you to become responsible and optimistic leaders who make discerned choices thanks to new programs and specializations in relation with today's and tomorrow's challenges. We are also adapting our physical pedagogy to provide you with the best academic experience. Third, because ESCP is more than a school, more than grades, it's a global community bound by 4 values: excellence, singularity, creativity, and plurality. You will build powerful friendship and make lifelong memories thanks to student societies, sport clubs, and many other activities. You will meet impactful leaders, starting today with our 4 incredible sponsors: Marco Bulgeroni, Mauro Giacobbe, Matteo Lunelli, and Donatella Pinto. Dear sponsors, we are very thankful for your involvement and support. ESCP is also a dedicated community of outstanding professors, professional staff, and an amazing network of 65,000 plus alumni. They are all here to help you in your personal development. Remember, it all starts here. My last words for you will be to act ESCP, which means enjoy, succeed, create, and participate.
As I said, we are ready to reopen and to start this new academic year thanks to the huge effort and work of all the ESCP family. And here in Turin specifically, there is a great team of faculty, staff, professors, and other people that work hard to open this new year. But a good and successful team is always led by great leaders. And so today I'm standing in for our dean, Professor Francesco Rattalino. And unfortunately, I have to replace him because a few days ago he had an accident. Luckily, it was nothing too serious, but he absolutely needs a period of rest and convalescence. And we really want to send him directly a message of good luck and the best wishes that he can fully and quickly recover to be back soon with us. But even from home, Professor Rattalino wanted to send us a message, his personal message for the opening of this ceremony, addressed to all the faculty members, the students, and that are following. And so let's see the video he has recorded and he sent us.
Dear students, colleagues, all staff and guests, Mr. President, patrons of the Bachelor in Management, Master in Management, MBA, and Master in International Food and Beverage Management, welcome to the 2020 ESCP Business School Turin Campus opening ceremony. It is the 17th ceremony in Turin, and for well-known reasons, we had to organize it blending physical and digital presence. In fact, all the program patrons are together in the same location, with a small group of students and professors with them, while everybody else is following the event online. I was supposed to be physically with the patrons, but far to a bike accident I had last Sunday, I must observe a long period of rest. And therefore, here I am recording this message to all of you. This year, we are very proud to host more than 500 students attending physical classes in Turin, while another 123 are attending classes fully online. All in all, it is an increase of 53% compared to last year. My first message of appreciation is to you guys, because in this very difficult period, you chose to join the unique educational experience of ESCP Business School. And then, with a very high degree of commitment, drive, and passion, you overcame many difficulties to be here with us today. So please, join me in congratulating all of them for their excellent performance in the admission test and for becoming ESCP Business School students. Bravo! Ladies and gentlemen, last year, the common thread of all the speeches delivered at the opening ceremony was sustainability, and how we can have a positive impact on the society at large. This year, we wanted to be more focused on how we actually and practically be the change we want to see. And as we are convinced that in life as in business, everything starts with choices, we decided to build this ceremony around this very strong message. We live in the age of convenience. Everything is at our fingertips. Any good can be purchased online with just few clicks. We have access to an endless choice of movie and TV series just by scrolling the menu of any on-demand streaming TV. Fast fashion can satisfy our endless desire to dress and please. Pizza Hut has so many variations of pizza that it does not provide you with a menu anymore, but with an online configuration tool. And I could continue with other several examples. Whether it's streaming TV and music, online shopping, home-delivered food, or finding a life partner, we have never had more options. All at the touch of a button. And still we cannot find anything we really like. We keep scrolling the Netflix browser, searching for the right viewing option. Nothing feels satisfying. It is like we have become literally spoiled for choice. But is it the choice we want to have? No, I don't think so. This is just an unhealthy habit, driven by the pursuit of the perfect choice and strengthened by the latest consumerist trends, unfortunately. The kind of choice we're talking about today starts with a deep breath, followed by asking ourselves what we're really searching for. It's a very deep meaning. If we do this, we will immediately enter a different world of choices. One where what we decide can really have an impact on our life and the one of the people that depends on our choices. When we decided the positioning of our business school, we chose to teach responsible leadership that is open to the world, aware of social issues, and supported by European diversity, multiculturalism, and universal values. In doing so, we decided to train our students to ask the right question, to challenge the status quo, to decode the world so they can make the right choices. Today, our patrons will cover these topics in this order. Marco Bulgeroni, Bachelor in Management Patron, Mauro Giacobbe, Master in Management Patron, Matteo Lunelli, Master in International Food and Beverage Management Patron, Donatella Pinto, MBA in International Management Patron, will all share their experience with you and help you make the next step into the world of responsible and impactful decision making. I want to thank all of them for their commitment towards the school and the program they support. After their speeches, President Francesco Profumo will close the ceremony with his address, giving you even more food for thoughts. But before I close, I would like to thank Erica Brignolo, who organized this event with the support of Federica Simeonato and Cristina Marinelli. Professor Francesco Venuti, who in my absence will artfully moderate the speeches, and Copernico Torino, that is hosting in its building. I'd like to apologize again for not being speaking live to all of you. And in closing this message, I'd like to quote a famous poem from Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. My wish, dear students, is that you always dare to be yourself and follow your dreams, even when it seems easier and safer following in someone else's footsteps. Welcome to ESCP Business School Turin Campus, and enjoy the opening ceremony.
Thank you very much to our Dean, Francesco Rattalino. He's already introduced the topic and the leitmotif of this opening ceremony. In life, as in business, everything starts with choices. Choices are the leitmotif, the fil rouge of this conference of today. And so now it's time to leave the stage to our guest speaker, to our patrons, and we will have some contribution from here, from our patrons, and as well some contribution coming from our students. I will explain later how also the students will participate to this event. So now it's time to leave the stage to the first speaker, to Marco Bulgeroni from Electrolux, who is the patron of our Bachelor in Management. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Francesco, for the introduction, and thank you for the invitation. I'm really glad and honored to be here today. Today, I want to start with a question. Do you know what it has been my best choices in life? Well, before to get the answer, you need to learn my story. I never been the type of a kid that know exactly what you want to do in life and what you want to do to live. And my parents, they were not pushing me to become an architect, a doctor, a scientist, or whatever. Did I have dreams? Oh boy, yes, many. I did started to wanted to be a military pilot fighter. And this is due to the movie Top Gun. Many in my generation want to become a pilot. Then I moved to the car driving, or car racing driving. Everybody thought to become a car pilot. Basketball player. I grew up with the Michael Jordan myth, but you see, my hate, I couldn't do it. And I can continue with many dreams. What I never ever thought that I would become a manager for an international company that develop and manufacture home appliances. Today, we're talking about choices, and you learn in life that you need to make many choices. And when you believe you're settled, anyone is coming. I started my career in an international company, an American company, in a city relatively close to my hometown. But then I started traveling to USA until I start to spend a lot of time over there. Then I moved to another company, which is Electrolux, where I'm belonging today. And then I move again, new home, new city, new region, new town. After a while, I've been moving to another branch of the company, which is taking care about commercial, professional appliances. And you know what? Is another town, is another city, means another move. Until today, where I did the last move yet, in a new city, in a new town, in the position that I'm covering today. I want to scare you and saying, buy a beautiful suitcase and start to be prepared to travel. Times are changing. Before, smart working was unknown to many. But now, due to, or I would say better, thanks to the COVID, everybody is knowing and everybody is using smart working. But don't forget to prepare what I call a virtual suitcase, a virtual trolley, where you need to put inside all the things that you learn in your journey, you discover in your journey, which will become fundamental to do the next steps, to move on. Now, in life, I taught and I learned many things. And I'm convinced that more and more that the key, the fundamental aspect to be a success company, a non-profit organization, a public reality, a community, a family, is people. Enjoy as our approach and take people with respect, with fairness and empathy, making the impossible become real. So the first things I would recommend to Lord is respect, fairness, and empathy. I was working for the company for now many years. And what I move on is also to learn how important is the diversity, how the diversity can really change the things, the way we do things. And today, I load in my suitcase 4 types of diversity. The first one, that is geography, culture. There is no one way to do things. There is no one vision. And knowing another culture is enrich a lot you as a person and as a professional. And it help also you to make the business much better. The second diversity is generation. A new generation is entering in the business right now. And some conflicts are also starting. The dialogues is going to one generation that believes to know everything thanks to the experience they have. It's my generation. And there is another generation that they know since day one how to run a company. So I believe that the experience is a fundamental aspect to support our company. But as well, the new generation are the pair of glasses that help us to see how will be our future. So none of the two can be ignored. The third diversity I want to talk is about gender. We cannot ignore anymore the fact that we are in a business where prevalently we have men driving this business. So empowering a woman, we will create a diverse pool that create diversity inside our company, inside our life. It's no matter of what, it's very clear that a man and woman have a different perspective. They look things in a different way and act differently. This should not be seen as a threat, but it should be seen as an advantage. I grew up with women, my grandmother, my mother, and my aunt. And what I learned from them is amazing. They have been able to overcome any issues the life brought to us in a seamless way, and always with a smile. And today, it is priceless, the support I received today from my wife, and I cannot be who I am without her. The fourth diversity I want to talk today is what I call man-machine. There are many new technologies that are growing in the world. We can talk about computing, quantum computing, we can talk about artificial intelligence, we can talk about mixed reality, and you can name it. There are so many. All of them, they are changing things. They are changing the way we perceive the things, but they are also changing the workforce. And we don't need to be afraid about that. Many people believe that the robots, the machine, that will take the job of the people, our job. But this is not a new thing. The reality that the work, the job that will be created will be different. And the human will be always add a value to what the machine cannot do. Now, I want to say, is your bag full? I say no. What I had more on my bag? I had flexibility, adaptability, and agility. We need to be ready to the changed circumstances. COVID-19 is one of them. We need to be ready to manage the damage, to act in the first items, but then also to take the opportunities that the new challenges are bringing to us. Last but not least, add the purpose. Why you want to do what you want to do. And do it with an intense passion. Do it with your gifted talent that every one of us have. Do it with a great support from all the people around you. Do with curiosity. Also, ask always what you don't know. Be authentic. And always do it with a smile. Now, I might go back to the first question I asked to all of you. Do you know what it has been my best choices? My best choices, it has been to have had the chance, the opportunity, the luck to shape my future. So my advice for you guys, listen to everyone, but first listen to yourself and shape your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marco, for your very inspirational and insightful speech, a lot of advices for our bachelor students that are the youngest one and that they are creating the foundation of their professional life and consolidating their personality. You mentioned a lot of very interesting things, beautiful, the idea of living your life with a suitcase, virtual or not, the concept of diversity, and the advice of being passionate, agile. All very crucial and very interesting concepts. Thank you very much. And now it's time to give the words to our students directly. How can we do that? Well, this summer, we have asked our students, both the students that were already enrolled, for example, in the first year or in previous years at ESCP, but also to the new students that would enter this year, to send us a short video. And we asked them to describe what one practical action that they would have taken as future manager in order, we are talking about choices, right? So this was the topics about 4 core concepts: sustainability, entrepreneurship, digital transformation, and plurality, diversity, right? And we have received many contributions from you guys, and we have selected some among the many very rich and very nice contributions. And so it's time to see the first group of some contribution. We will see many others in the future. You don't know yet which one has been selected, so it is a surprise also for all of you guys. So it's time to see the first set of contribution from our students.
We, as Generation Z, need to accelerate our transformation into a more sustainable society. As members of ESCP, we need to be at the forefront of plastic reduction. For example, the mass of plastic waste present in the ocean is so enormous that it's called the 7th continent. At this rate, there will be more plastic than fish in the ocean by 2050. That's why I want to reduce plastic to protect the environment, protect animals, protect humans. My fellow students, let's make reduce, reuse, recycle and educate a slogan of a lifetime.
As many of you know, New York is really one of the true multicultural melting pots of the world, and it's really not rare that you hear at least a dozen of different languages every day. And multicultural exchange or intercultural exchange is also one of the biggest issues in today's management practice. And for me, it's much more than just acknowledging and respecting different cultures, but really to manage them in a proactive way to gain advantages out of it, out of these mixed teams. So as a first management practice, as a future manager, I would definitely foster intercultural, multicultural teams to gain advantages not only in creativity but also from different approaches and different points of views.
We do always have a choice. So what if we offer consumers a totally plastic-free branded packaging to refill with the product they love and do not want to give up?
As a professor, I'm always surprised and very well impressed by the contribution coming from our students. And when we received all this video and all this contribution, we were also considering one point, that a lot of the contribution were focused on, among the 4 aspects, on one specific, that is sustainability. Sustainability is also a key aspect, a key value of our school at ESCP. And this is the proof that also the younger generation are very keen on that, pay a lot of attention to this aspect, and they feel that this is a crucial, really important element for the future of our planet, through our business, for the world. So thank you very much, guys, and we will see many other contributions later. Now it's time to introduce our second guest, the patron of the MIM, the Master in Management Program, Mauro Giacobbe from Facile.it. And here the connection with choices is quite easy, as they have in their DNA the mission of helping people to make better choices. Thank you very much for coming here.
Hi guys, my name is Mauro. Topic of my speech is choice. In the next few minutes, I will use several times keywords such as choice or take decision. As you probably already know, take decision is one of the most important and challenging things in your life. Sometimes people think that have a choice is right. It's not only right, it's not only the right to choose, it's also a duty that you have yourself, and several times is also a need. Think about it. Choice that we make, and still most important, choice that we don't make, at the end show how we decide to use our life, which type of person we want to be, and which type of impact we can have on people around us. Fortunately, we start to make choices very early in our life. So we start to make choices very early in our life. When we are children, we can choose which toy we want to play, and we are free to decide which toy, whatever is the most expensive, the brightest, or the newest. At a certain point, we start to take choice, and we start to enjoy to take choices by ourselves. The issue is that, growing up, sometimes we make the mistake of stopping to take choices. To give you some example, several times you allow to other people to decide which school you have to go, which university, which will be the first job for yourself. So in a certain way, you get rid of the right to make a choice, and you lose the ownership of your life. It's very scary. It happens a lot, but it's weird and a little bit insane. I'm from Genoa, like Cristoforo Colombo. Cristoforo Colombo is a clear example of a bold choice. Cristoforo Colombo was a strong believer of a different shape of the Earth, and he was able to convince Queen and Kings around Europe to finance his mission to prove that the Earth was not flat. You know that he was right, but let's try to think to the challenge that he had to deal at that time. Try to convince people that all the knowledge regarding a specific topic was wrong, only because he believed that it was wrong. Clearly, we have seen that it was right, and you can see how a strange, a big choice helped the humanity to do a step in the future. If you don't like the example of Cristoforo Colombo, which is a bit aged, we can use another example, which is closer to us in terms of time, Stephanie Angelina Germanotta, that probably you know as Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is a clear, as you know, is a singer. At university, she was not very successful, not at all, even if she was a very good singer and actress. It was not successful at all, and she has, let's say, several issues with her roommate and classmate. At a certain point, people studying with her create a group on Facebook called Stephanie Germanotta Will Never Be Famous. At a certain point, Stephanie decided to do a step, take control of his life, and then she became Lady Gaga. As you probably know, she won 11 Grammys, 2 Golden Globe, 1 Oscar, 18 MTV Video Music Awards, and a lot of other prizes. So, well, guys, at the end of the day, regarding choice, it's up to you. It's up to you to be brave and wise enough to decide to take control of your life and to take the risk of doing choices. You will make mistakes. It's normal. It's not an issue, because several times the cost of mistake is not big, as you can suppose. And several times, when you realize there is a mistake, you still have time to try to fine-tune and roll back and fix the stuff. It's important to not be scared of making a mistake. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It's not true that it's not professional. But if you push, at a certain point, you will make a mistake. So it's part of your life. It's part of stepping up and be a better person and a better professional. So again, my suggestion for you is to try to be brave and wise enough to take risk and take a decision. Thank you for your time.
Yes, Thank you very much, Mauro. Another very insightful and inspirational speech with examples both from personal life and professional life. I just want to recall three elements. The importance of both the choices that we make as well as the choice that we do not make. And also the choices in personal life from younger age to older ones. And also the point that we can evaluate a choice only looking backwards, only after we take the choice. This reminds me a very famous speech given by Steve Jobs at Stanford when he said, in your life, you have to connect the dots. But the point is that you connect the dots only looking backwards, not forwards. And that's an important thing. But then trust that sooner or later you will be able to connect the dots. So sooner or later, looking backwards in the future, you will be able to connect the choices that you made during your life and that they make the person you are at the moment. And then finally, the advice, not be scared. Okay, so don't be scared of making mistakes. Another very famous quotes of a very famous, very nice person that says, I don't want people that do not make mistakes. I want that people that do mistakes, make mistakes, and learn from that mistakes not to do them again. So thank you very much. A lot of contribution for our MIM students that are, in almost close to the working life. They are more structured and professionally more advanced. And now let's see another group of contribution again from our students. The second selection of other contribution from the 4 areas, and to see which suggestions our students offered in practical actions as future managers. So let's see this other group of videos.
Hi everyone, this is Laura, and I would like to propose rethinking the 9-to-5 schedule of work to make it more flexible. If we give the chance to the employees to organize their work through their day, they are going to be able to balance their professional and personal life, which is going to increase their motivation and most probably their attachment to the company. And also they will be able to work at their top level of energy through the day, so it's going to increase productivity as well. Why not?
The transformation of the food and beverage industry is one of the major challenges that tomorrow's world faces. We need to find an equitable and sustainable manner of production and at the same time preserve our resources and our savoir-faire.
So we have decided to promote organic cultures for supporting and helping local producers to understand the needs of today's societies. The growing demand for a global organic production. By helping these producers, they will have the opportunity to increase their sales and fulfill their customers' demands. We wish to help develop their entrepreneurial spirits towards sustainability.
Around us, there is a vineyard, 10 acres of Grenache, Mourvèdre and Vermentino, all of which has been cultivated organically, beautiful vines that will produce beautiful wines.
So help to share and develop our vision with you this coming year.
Thank you. Again, very good and very inspiring contribution. And the last 2 contributions were from students of our Master in International Food and Beverage Management. We have seen beautiful vineyards, and so we will stay in this topic as we welcome Matteo Lunelli from Ferrari Trento, who is the patron of this master. This master is a really wonderful master that has achieved the 2nd position as the best master in the world, and we have here a patron of an excellent family business that represents excellence and also the Italian roots, some Italian values, and we will talk about wine. So thank you, Matteo Lunelli, for sharing with us your personal experience and the choices of your life.
Good afternoon. So thank you very much for inviting me today. It is a great pleasure and an honor to be the patron of this Master in Food and Beverage. And I'm honored and pleased also because I think education is certainly one of the most important topics in today's environment. Because we are witnessing certainly a dramatic change in habits, in the economy, in technology. And there is obviously the growth of digital, smart working, e-commerce. There is a dramatic change that is happening. And so we need to have trained managers, trained people that can face this uncertainty in this moving world and that can be able to take decisions in this world. So our entire life is always full of choices to be made. It has always been the case. But today, we need to take this decision at a faster pace and in a context that has probably higher uncertainty than ever before. And in your life, you have to accept uncertainty. We all have to accept uncertainty. Leopardi, which is a famous Italian poet, said that perhaps is the most beautiful word in the vocabulary. And this, I think, for a manager, an entrepreneur, should be the most beautiful word because, we need to live with uncertainty. And Leopardi was saying that this world opens new possibility and not only certainty. It doesn't look for an end, but goes towards the infinite. As managers, as entrepreneurs, most of all as human beings, you will all face uncertainty, and you need to learn how to take decisions, sometimes without having a full set of information and a comprehensive view. Having said that, let me speak about one choice that I think is today particularly important, not only for you as an individual, but for a company and for institution, which is the choice to embrace sustainability. Climate change is happening at a pace that do not leave us too much time, and it is our responsibility to react. In Expo 2015, many people signed a protocol, La Carta di Milano, that was finishing saying a sustainable future is also our responsibility. So sustainability now even more has become a central and crucial issue. And it's no longer an option, but the strategic horizon that businesses and institutions have to work towards. Consumer demand it. This happened in the high end, especially, in luxury goods. There are many surveys that says that 70% of the consumer are willing to pay a premium price for a product which is sustainable. In general, especially for a high-end product, consumer, expect from a company not only quality in the product itself, but they expect that a company is at 100% sustainable, so that the company is excellent in all its behavior towards all the stakeholders. And investor demand it. So the market is demanding sustainability, and the world's biggest investor are willing to put money in companies and in projects which have a strong attention to sustainability. There is a Dutch trend forecaster called Lee Edelkort that said, the virus has taught us to slow down and change our ways. I believe that a slower pace of life will make people appreciate more value-conscious products whose aura lasts over time. And so the consumer, even more after COVID, will pay extreme attention to the value of sustainability and in general, to the value behind the product of our companies. So let me speak about Ferrari Trento and ourselves. I'm proud to say that at Ferrari Trento, we started long ago a project on sustainability. We started by experimenting, a first organic vineyard over 12 years ago. And afterwards, we created a protocol of sustainable viticulture that we share with all our suppliers and grape growers in Trentino. Over 500 families today in Trentino follow the protocol of sustainable viticulture. And all our estate vineyards, so the vineyards owned by my family, are certified organic. This is certainly a strong statement towards the protection of the environment. But sustainability is not only about environment, it's about social responsibility and economic responsibility. And as I said, I think that for most of the top brands in the world of Italian food and beverage, sustainability is strongly linked also to the relationship between our companies and their territory. About the fact that because great brands in food and beverage often are the result of unique territory, of the tradition and story of a territory. So there is a historically and naturally strong relationship between our companies and the territory, making our company naturally sustainable, and creating a spontaneous culture of sustainability inside of our company that has to be nurtured and growth. In general, I think that the companies are more and more aware of the fact that the mission is not only about creating shareholder value. Successful brands more and more are the one that thinks that about creating value for all the stakeholder, and so certainly creating value for shareholder, but also creating well-being, safety, beauty for the workers, and also for the community that hosts our companies. Today, there is a great opportunity in Europe and in our countries because Europe has chosen to put sustainability at the center stage of our future strategy. And the European Union Green Deal is an historic turning point. Europe has embraced sustainability as a principle and a priority, making it a distinctive element of our international positioning. And the aim is to become, as you probably know, the first continent with net zero emission by 2050. What we hope is that, and I hope as also chairman of Fondazione Alta Gamma, that, for example, all the high-end brands and high-end companies in Italy can be leaders in this trend, making a strong commitment to sustainability and promoting and communicating this value more and more. Sustainability is so a necessity, but also an opportunity. And after COVID-19 is really my hope is that we can use also the recovery fund and there is a lot of debate about it, but the recovery fund is a great opportunity to incentivize the effort of our companies towards sustainability and in order to create a sustainable development altogether. In this global challenge, as much as with COVID, also with the theme of global warming, for example, we know that we can only win together. In the middle of the lockdown, our Pope Francis was in front of St. Peter and said, no one can save himself alone. On this great, important, and global topic, it is about all of us working together. Let me finish now by mentioning a story from a book of Lewis Carroll. And the book is Looking Through the Looking Glass, which is the sequel of Alice in Wonderland. Perhaps you heard about what is defined as the Red Queen effect. In the book, Alice finds herself running faster and faster, but remaining in the same place. Alice and the Red Queen were running hand in hand. The Queen was going extremely fast, and Alice was trying to keep up with her, running as fast as she could. The most curious part of all this is that the trees and the other things around them never changed their place at all. However fast they went, they never seemed to pass anything. So eventually the Queen stops running and props Alice up against a tree, telling her to rest. Well, said Alice, in our country, you generally get to somewhere else if you run very fast for a long time, as we have been doing. And the Queen says, oh, this is a slow sort of country. Now here, you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. The reality is that we need to co-evolve with the system we interact with. Sometimes we all run fast to stay in the same place. And we invest a lot of energy and commitment to maintain things. We should try really to dedicate always energy to go beyond the status quo. The risk is to spend otherwise the majority of our time running just to stay in the same place. So life takes a lot of time for maintenance, and sometimes a good maintenance is important for each one of us. But the Red Queen trap is that the effort that goes beyond, the effort to go beyond and after the status quo sometimes is too scarce. And so it is important to pay attention to it. It is important that we are open also to change and to take also some risk. Now you are studying, you are growing, you are learning. When you will start working, whatever you will do, never stop trying to change. Grow and get better both in your personal and professional life. Unfortunately, the risk of being trapped by the Red Queen effect is high, especially in today's world. In a world that moves so fast, you must have the courage to take your decision and take strong choices. The most important choices in your life will make the difference, and you will find yourself in new places, discovering new horizons, and certainly having, a lot of fun. So, good luck to all of you, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Matteo. Again, another very insightful and inspirational speech. And there are some recurring elements in this speech, but also connecting with the movies and the video that our students sent us. Matteo Lunelli highlighted the importance of the need to take fast decisions, dealing with uncertainty, but looking at uncertainty with a positive approach, like as opportunities, and to run fast, to always push yourself, go beyond the status quo, right? This is what also in our business school, I always tell my students, try to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, get out of your comfort zone. This is a message, also a suggestion for this new year for all the students to approach better to the program, to the courses, and to this new academic year. Thank you, Matteo, again also for being the patron of our master and for talking about this sustainability. Last year we had the great opportunity of visiting Ferrari Trento with our students, and we will hope that the condition will make it available also for this new year, and that we will be able to visit and to see the company, the vineyards, and the cellars, and to hear directly from their voices this approach to sustainability and their view to business and their view of the future. Because this is actually beyond this business, this idea of the business, there is a vision of the world, a vision of life. So thank you very much. And now back again to our students. As you see, we have many contributions from all our students, and it's time to see the third group of selected video coming from our students, talking about the 4 different topics.
We already can replace plastic packaging with a green solution for dry products. But there is still a problem with liquids. This is stereotype. And do you know why? Because people think paper when they hear green solution. And paper can wet. In fact, Mother Nature uses many types of different packaging to carry and store different liquids, such eggshell or coconut. Learning from this, we can implement natural solution for regular use, and we will never need plastic. We need to be greener. We can do it.
Hi, my name is Jean-Baptiste Bertrand, I'm 20 years old and coming from Paris suburbs. So action that I would like to take regarding intercultural management is to take people and train them in other countries. If I have someone from India and the other one from Finland, I want both to go train in each other's countries. It will allow them to better understand each cultures and methods. So on the long term, it will enhance, of course, the creativity, positivity, and intensify the bonds in my team.
Certainly, climate emergency is one of the biggest issues that the world is facing nowadays, and we can already see its devastating consequences. We are all in this together. Each of us is responsible, and every day we can make the difference with simple actions.
For example, Plastic Free July is a great website which provides lots of ideas in order to reduce single-use plastic waste.
There is no future without sustainability.
Again, thank you, guys. Thank you, students, for your contribution. It's amazing. Your ideas are amazing, your ideas, your efforts, and you really show how much you care about these important and relevant topics. So we have talked and heard from our guest speaker and from the students about sustainability. Entrepreneurship was, I would say, a fil rouge that connected all this action. We have talked about diversity, and now I think we can put a little bit more the stress on digital transformation. And so let me introduce Donatella Pinto from Comau. That is a perfect contribution, a connection between business and technology for the future change. We are very happy to have her speech, to welcome her today, also because we have a partnership with this company, and also because, especially, for example, this week, and in the past few days, a group of students from our MIM program actually held a 3 days seminar about digital transformation in partnership with Comau, and it was a really successful and a really amazing workshop and seminar. So thank you very much, Donatella, that is the patron of the MBA program, both full-time and executive MBA program. Thank you for being here.
Thank you to all. It's really a pleasure to be here. Also, looking to you a digital way, not in a usual, normal way. And it's really a pleasure to be part of this event that is led by the ESCP, that is a very international school that is very open on the collaboration with the company to create a new paradigm between the companies and the business school and the student. Just to talk a bit about me, about my experience in my career, I started more than 30 years ago as a graduate in law. I approached the business world at that time. And my aspiration at that time was to become a judge. Then for different circumstances, I had the opportunity to enter in contact with the Fiat at that time. That, you know what it means Fiat in Italy at that time. And to have the opportunity to understand what will be the role of a human resource in a company. And I have been attracted from this, and I make a choice to live my aspiration and to make a different choice. And at the end, I discovered that this choice was based on one more different thing that I was thinking at that time. I was more oriented at technicalistic specialist career, like Joji is, and the choice made me someone that is more relevant from the personal behavioral attitude and focus my passion on the social environment and also the relationship with people. That was really what I was, and is really what I am, more interested in this than in technical aspect, even if I am the human resource head of a technical company. What happened later? I think that this choice made me. You have to know that you make a choice, but the choice made you. And that changed a bit your behavior, your mindset, and that you are discovering more and more what are your interests and your passion. I think that is very relevant for suggestions to you to follow this. What I'm always surprised and hate when we are talking about with you in our experience with young people, and as colleagues told before, we have several experience involving young student came in the company, leading project with us, is that you are very, very contributor on this. You are always a clever suggestion attitude. I think that is not only because you are studying, you have a knowledge, you are in a learning path, but because you have also the possibility to have a lot of experience, personal life experience. And I mean, most of you have the opportunity to go abroad, to meet other international people, to have different connection with this, also going, reading, Googling also different things. I think that is creating a generation that is open-minded generation, and we need this. What I would like to express in this sense is that the first choice that you have to make is to believe in you. So it's very important that the young people believe in their potential. I don't think that you have to be affected only from what is happening in the social environment and so on, but you have to discover in yourself your quality, your passion, your talent, and believe in this. Then what I would like to tell you is the fact that talking about the digital transformation technology, I think that is so relevant this for our life, and in the last month we discovered this very well, because it was not possible to work or to study in the same way in the COVID time using smart working and all the other technical tools. You think this happened 20 years ago. It was totally different. So we are still keep alive in the relationship thanks also to the fact that we have technology. And technology will inform more and more our life in the future. So the other, big opportunity that you have is to live in this world that is helping you and sustaining you to do this. I think that you need to be exposed on this, even if you're studying some commercial business disciplines, not only the technological one. For example, I make an example. So we are doing something with ESCP for several courses, but also, for example, as Comau, we are using an IDO, that is a robot, to teach math to kids. You can understand this. We cannot imagine this some years ago. Use a robot to teach to kids. Now we are doing this. Or we are creating an exoskeleton, something that is normally linked to the war in the fantasy movies, to support blue-collar workers to do their job. So I think that the technology is so relevant, is so interesting, will inform all our life, that also for you will be very important to be aware on this. That doesn't mean to become engineer. We don't need all engineers for sure, but we need people that are also exposed and understand the potentiality of the technology to change our way of life and the business. Then the other aspect I would like to touch is the fact that in the past, most of our employees are forced to make some choice, because you have to choose your personal life and career. You have to choose for a technical career or a managerial ones. I think that in that time, these are concepts that doesn't exist anymore. I think that the concept of the choice in this sense is now overcome for the new concept of inclusion. So we can connect the dots, as we said before. We have a lot of dots in the world now that are so distant from them normally, the aspect, the technical aspect and the life aspect, that we can connect now for the potentiality of technology, but also because we have a different mindset. So what I strongly suggest to you is to continue to nurture this different mindset. Companies need to have people, young people, that when they join the company, they can bring the mindset of someone that is living in a technology world, but using technology for the social scope and the social goals, and also for the human perspective, not only for the technician one. What I mean is that to be successful and to be in the future, in all your experience of life and the company experience, you need to continue to have different, to be curious, to be exposed to different experience, to be innovative, to be prepared to lead innovative project, and also to be prepared to continuous learning. In my job, I have also the other responsibility to lead the FCA learning area in LFCA, and you cannot imagine how much is relevant also for a big company that is producing car, how many people knows, how much people knows, how many people are able to transmit their knowledge to the others. So the continuous learning attitude is not only a slogan, it's something that is real life for all of us. So also in this sense, you're starting your path, your learning path, in a different environment, like it's a challenging environment, as we know. But what you have to be also trained is to continue this approach also in your future life. You will never stop to learn. You will never stop to learn from the others. You will never stop also to teach the others something. I think that also the last comment that I would like to make in this opportunity is also the fact that you can bring your freshness, your approach into the company, the world, and you can lead a change that is normally needed always in the daily life of the business and of all of us. So I would like also to mention someone that is more, for sure, more important than me, like the Mahatma Gandhi, the quote of Mahatma Gandhi, you have to be the change that you want to see. So if you want to be successful, you have to have the successful mindset. If you want to be someone that is relevant, respectful, kind, to be treated with respect, with kindness, you have to be respectful and kind. I think that is the most important suggestion, is to believe in you, to be yourself, and to believe and trust in you, to be human, and to create the human relation among you in the most, passionate and human way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much also to this speech, and for this a lot of insights. Again, for example, the suggestion, inviting students to discover your passion, your talent, what you love to do in life, and then this positive approach to technology. That's amazing. That's really nice. Sometimes we hear people that have a different approach to technology, to the evolution. That this is having a positive approach. So looking at technology in a positive way that create connection, something that is not dividing but creating connection, and it's something that unified people. Even we have experienced that in this lockdown. And then thank you also, Donatella, for suggesting be curious, be innovative, but also be prepared. Never stop learning. And technology can also help you, students, to learn for all your life, and never stop be curious, and never stop learning, and never stop training. And now we are going almost through the end of our ceremony, but we still have the last group of contribution from our students that will talk about these 4 aspects. So let's see the last group of contribution. Thank you.
Living in a world where we should be distant physically but close virtually, digital transformation should be part of all of our life. Thus, managers should be aware of all different technological trends and adapt the team's working condition accordingly. Imagine a world where everyone uses products such as Google+. And as a manager, you will schedule your meeting virtually without any issue of time and space. And train the employees with real-life situations they will confront in their life.
Hey everyone, do you guys know that the world's energy consumption is expected to grow by nearly 50% between today and 2050? Well, as a future business manager, I pledge to structure my business model on sustainable energy goals to help address in every small way I can the global challenges of climate change, environmental degradation, and economic inequality.
After a few years of working on projects across continents, having international customers within different time zones, and making international friends, I strongly believe that intercultural management is an asset and a key tool to being a leader not only in global companies, but also in daily life. The proof? Here it is.
Hello everyone. Hello. Hi.
So yeah, Actually, there's nothing more amazing than being able to bridge the intercultural differences to reach the desired goals. And I find that very exciting and amazing, don't you?
Great, thank you very much, guys. And in these last two contributions, we have seen exactly these two topics. The first one was about technology, and this one was about the diversity, intercultural diversity, and one of the value added of the DNA of our school, of the interculture, being together, living together, working together with students from different perspectives, for different point of view, for different culture and different nationalities. So I really want to thank all our students for their contribution, for all the contribution that you sent us, also the ones that we didn't have the chance, the opportunity, and the time to show, because it was not possible to show all the contribution that we received. Thank you all, and this shows that you, the youngest generation, the future managers, have many ideas. There are plenty of good ideas that need to be nurtured and to be developed, and that will really make the world and the future a better place. And now we are really going to the conclusion of our ceremony, and so I will leave the stage to our president, Professor Francesco Profumo, for his final speech address. Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you very much. We are almost at the end of this very special opening ceremony. Maybe you remember in the last few years we had a ceremony in open air in a different weather, but anyhow we tried to do our best in order to have an open ceremony that can be online with what we had in the past. First of all, I would like to thank the programmer's patrons. We are grateful to have you here on this special occasion. Thank you for the time and for the energy that you have invested to share your thoughts and experiences with the ESCP community. Your speeches and life and career choices will be regarded as example worth, following by our young talents. Thank you again for your contribution. The opening ceremony of the new academic year perfectly embodies to close the traditional collaboration of our business school with important international and innovative companies who believe and invest in the new generation. The historical period we are experiencing is extremely complex and uncertain. In this context, in life as in business, it's essential to make responsible, concrete choices that take future scenarios into account. Therefore, it's essential to educate a new generations of collaborative, multicultural, innovative, and responsible leaders who are able to face the technological, environmental, and social challenges of the world of today and of tomorrow. There is a cost involved in every choice you make, and each decision shows who you are and what matters to you. I chose to dedicate my life and career to education, to train high-potential young talents, first and foremost as a professor, then as a dean of Politecnico di Torino, as president of the National Research Council, and then as Italian Minister of Education. And since the year 2014, as president of ESCP Turin Campus. I truly believe that to thrive in today's fast changes world, business leaders must be equipped with a broad knowledge and a wide range of skills. I choose to be a part of ESCP because I share its principles and vocation. Driven by European values, ESCP's mission is to educate and inspire the leaders of tomorrow who will impact the world with their bold, responsible, and innovative choices. Despite the COVID and all the challenges and concerns that it has brought into our lives, 2020 is proving to be another record year for ESCP Turin Campus. In recent years, the business school's international policy and growth of the educational offer in the Torino campus have led to a significant increase in enrollment. The choices made and actions taken with the goal of making the campus more and more international, innovative, and competitive have exponentially increased its attractiveness. Since the year 2015, the number of ESCP students in Turin has more than quadruplicated, 434 to 655. This year, divided into 533 students physically present in the classrooms and 122 enrolled in the online MEM track. In particular, I would like to highlight a new record for the number of students in Torino for 2 programs. First, the Bachelor in Management and Master in Management. This year we have 211 bachelors, while last year's were 172, a 22% of increase. And we have in class 186 Masters in Management students in their first year, while in the previous academic year there were 87. So we have an impressive growth of 124%. Young talents who come from America, Asia, and Africa, as well as from all over Europe, to study at ESCP Business School and in our beautiful Torino. In the academic year 2020-2021, 43 different nationalities will be represented in our classes. The overall percentage of internationality is 56% and reaches its peak in the online MEM track with 95% of international students. The more represented nationalities, in addition to Italian, are French, Chinese, and German. The COVID crisis has represented a turning point in different social behaviors and has had a significant impact on education. The pandemic has forced schools and universities all around the world to suddenly reorganize themselves and their teaching methods and use the technological tools available to create content for remote learning. ESCP was ready to embrace this challenge, and since the very beginning of March, Torino campus, after only 10 days of suspension on the on-campus teaching activities, resumed classes online. Since then, ESCP implemented its technologies to guarantee the quality of online lectures and reorganized its pedagogical methodologies. ESCP chose to be stronger than COVID, and this will make our communities stronger than ever. I want to thank professors and administration staff for their commitment, flexibility, and enthusiasm in facing this unexpected challenge. Thanks to their hard work, they were able to transform this challenge into an excellent opportunity to align our teaching methods with the learning expectation of future generations. In class, as in online courses, we ensure the traditional academic excellence of ESCP, made up of international faculty and students, group work, and practical approach. One of the most relevant global transformations is that working, teaching, and learning online will no longer be considered a second alternative. In many cases, it will be our best alternative. I would like to dedicate a particularly grateful word to the students who have decided to study online this year. Despite of the difficulties of 2020, they have chosen to be part of ESCP, a business school that develops students' creativity and cultivating curiosity, confidence, and multiculturalism. A business school that teaches all its students to face contemporary challenges by combining reflexivity, ability to tackle the complexity of the context, and willingness to act for positive impact in the present and in the world of tomorrow. Dear students, you have recently made an important choice for your life, because getting the right education is an essential stepping stone in your career. Prepare yourself to be challenged and inspired by this journey at ESCP. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much to our president for highlighting also some numbers of our programs and some of our key values. And so we are really at the conclusion of this ceremony that it is a unique experience. Like we have defined that a phygital experience combining some physical presence, some online presence. So we are at the moment of thanking some people. So first of all, thank you very much to all our guests and our speaker coming from the companies that are partner, that share with us, professor and the school, this amazing work in training the younger generation, in educating people, inspiring tomorrow business leaders. Thank you to our Dean, Francesco Rattalino, to my colleagues, the faculty members of Turin, for reorganizing our pedagogy, the courses, to face this new normal situation. And thank you also to the external professors that will share with us, will help us in the courses. Thank you to all the administrative staffs and members of ESCP. We are a great family and we are doing a lot of jobs. It's very difficult, facing a lot of challenges in organization and also for the security measures. And there is a lot of work that sometimes is difficult to describe. So thank you very much. And then thank you for this ceremony. Thank you for those that have organized this ceremony. Specifically, thank you to Erika, to Cristina, to Federica, and all the staff and the people that have worked there. Also for the technicians and the staff that make this possible. Make it possible to connect with hundreds of people from all over the world in a different area. And last but not least, thank you to all the students that are here, to the Bachelor students, to the MIM students, the International Food and Beverage Management Master students, to the MBA and the Executive MBA students. Thank you very much. And I would like to finish with a quote. And this is quite unusual. It's a quote from Tolkien, from The Lord of the Ring. And it says, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us, to the time that is ahead of us." Now, a new year is ahead of us, and so may this new academic year be amazing for anyone. Thank you very much.